You ever feel like you missed your moment? Like the thing you worked towards for years passed you by while life kept happening? Maybe you didn't wait for permission. You went for it. You gave it everything, and still the big moment never came. But what if being behind on your dream isn't actually failure? What if it's just a different kind of timing, one that's still unfolding, just not on your schedule or necessarily in the way you thought? Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast, where artists of all kinds come to fuel their passion, sharpen their skills, and thrive in their creative lives. I'm your host, Lara Bianca Pilcher, life and creativity coach and fellow artist, here to support you on your artistic journey. Whether you're a performer, writer, visual artist, or any kind of artist, this is the space for real talk, practical advice, and inspiring stories. Subscribe and join us each week for more inspiration and actionable insights to fuel your artistry. Let's dive in and get inspired. Hey friend, I'm Lara Bianca Pilcher, life and creativity coach for artists of every kind, and a professional artist and published author myself. Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast, the podcast that helps you build a creative life that actually works. In this episode, we're talking about what it means to feel behind on your dreams, or how you might feel like you've missed them, and how to begin again without shame, without comparison, and without losing your fire. Because if you've ever looked around and thought, everyone else has made it except me, this one's for you. I watched a Broadway artist this week who moved me to tears. She's in her late 50s and has dreamed since she was 12 of being on Broadway, and it never happened. Not through auditions, not through agents, not through luck. So she did something audacious. She just performed her own show. And she stood on that stage and said, "I think I just made my own dream come true." That line hit me hard because I knew exactly what she meant. Because years ago in London, I was hustling like so many artists do. Audition after audition in musical theatre. I was singing training, acting training, dancing training. It's 3 mediums. It was a lot. Always so close, getting into some things, not quite getting the role I wanted, not quite getting the part, not quite getting the recognition I wanted, those sorts of things that are familiar to all of us. And always feeling like I'm close, but just not close enough. And I remember a well-known West End actress pulling me aside and saying, "Stop waiting to be chosen, create your own show." So I did. I produced a Broadway musical at Riverside Studios in London. I had a full orchestra with a music director. I had a director, a costume designer, a set designer. I mean, you name it. It was like a full creative team, and it was wild. And I starred in it and I loved it. And it was exhausting because I was producing. And somehow it was everything that I had been chasing. I remember saying to someone after the show, it went for a week, and after one show I said, I can stop and have children now because I finally made my dream come true, which sounds crazy, but there must have been a part of me that's like, if I could just get that first step where I want to be in my dream, then I know I can go into this new season feeling at peace that I did that. That was my story. Maybe you relate, maybe something similar, but it was a professional show in London that I built from nothing. I got the rights to do the script, so I did have the script. And at that moment, it taught me something huge. Sometimes you don't arrive at the dream you imagined. You arrive at the dream you created. Still, let's be honest, that doesn't erase the ache for everybody. For every dream that comes, there are others that didn't come. Roles you never booked, maybe in the way you thought you would. Songs you never recorded, scripts you never finished, or maybe you did finish and they just didn't get published. Artists feel that ache deeply because we build our identity around hope. And when it doesn't happen, or when it happens for someone else, it can feel like our very worth is on pause. Now, here's the truth from a psychological lens. The grief of an unrealized dream activates the same centers in the brain as bereavement. Your brain doesn't actually distinguish between a lost person and a lost future in terms of the feeling of grief. Now, I don't want to belittle losing a person. That is massive and it is uncomparable. But what I'm trying to say is that the way that we work is grief is real and your brain feels that grief. And I'm trying to weight the reality of losing or delays or hope deferred, making your heart sick. Because it's grief, and you might not have realized that. It's a bereavement and it's a loss. So no wonder it hurts. But grief isn't evidence that you failed. It's evidence that you tried to care deeply about something. And from a coaching perspective, there's a difference between a dead dream, a dormant dream, and an evolving dream. A dead dream is something you've outgrown and it's served its purpose. A dormant dream is one waiting for better timing or capacity, and an evolving dream is one that shifts shape into something maybe truer. Most artists mislabel dormant or evolving dreams as dead ones, and that's where we get stuck. We keep grieving instead of growing. And you're not behind, you're in process. And process has its own timing. A beautiful thing happened at a Broadway workshop I went to in New York where someone says, "Let me trust the unfolding." And that stayed with me. Trust that is what is meant to be mine as an artist will be. It will unfold in the way that it's meant to for me, and I will get it in the timing that is right for me. And so I tend to lean into that because I feel like there's a peace in that, because I do all I can do as an artist to stand, and then the stuff I can't control, I trust to the unfolding. And if it's meant to be, it will be. I hope that helps you too. Hey artists, if you've ever felt like your creativity has been on pause and you need a new framework, I have written a book, Audacious Artistry, Reclaim Your Creative Identity and Thrive in a Saturated World. It's not quite in pre-sale, but it is popping up all around the world. So remember the title, Audacious Artistry. If you're cheeky, you can Google it now, by Lara Bianca Pilcher, and you can pre-order it. It actually launches February 24, 2026, but pre-sale is soon, and I would love you to let me know if you've already ordered ahead of time because it helps me, and I hope it blesses you and helps you on your journey. So here's what I want you to remember. Your dream is not a timeline to meet. It's a language through which to meet yourself. This is such a mental change, and I've been through this journey, so bear with. Maybe you're the dancer whose body can't move the same way it used to because you've gone into a new season, maybe had children, things like that, or just the natural process of aging, or there's an injury. Maybe you're the writer who put down the pen for years for life took over. The day job was busy and crazy and you didn't quite get back to that script or to that novel or to that nonfiction. Maybe you're the singer who got busy raising a family and forgot how loud your own voice once was. Maybe it's been illness, maybe it's been divorce, but you're not done. You're just in a different chapter. We tend to define dreams as one moment. The show, the deal, the gallery, but dreams often exist in layers, and that's what nobody taught you. Sometimes they show up in a new medium, a new art form, a new season, or in a new purpose. And I never planned to be a coach or an author. Those weren't my original dreams. They evolved from a heart that was open to more in my creative life and more in my life as a whole. But they're where my original dreams actually led me. The same fire, just a new form. And that's what I want to invite you to in this episode. Not to let go of your dream, but to let it evolve. Sometimes the most audacious thing you can do is to let it evolve and dare to maybe loosen your grip on what you thought it would look like so that it can actually begin to evolve into something beautiful and new and different. This week, for your Creative Spark Challenge, I want you to write down 3 dreams you've put away. Next to each one, ask, is it dead, dormant, or evolving? Be daring here because you're going to need to confront what might be really painful. There might be grief around it. So ask yourself, what are the 3 dreams that I've put away? What are the excuses I'm making, maybe if you want to go a little deeper? Ask, is it dead, dormant, or evolving? And you might be surprised how many are still alive and waiting for you just to pivot or look their way. If you are feeling stuck and want to get free, go to my website, larabiancapilcher.com/freebie. There you will find Stuck in a Creative Rut. You can download it. It's a free coaching tool that will help you to get unstuck. And if you've done that and want to go further, there is a very affordable $37 course, Reignite Your Creativity and Your Dreams in 7 days. You can go to larabiancapilcher.com/courses. So, artist friends, if you are feeling behind on your dreams, you're not lost. There's a beautiful saying that I love, you're becoming. Keep showing up for the story that's still unfolding in you. And if this hit home, make sure you download that free guide at my website at larabiancapilcher.com and start moving again with clarity and compassion. And as we head towards the release of my upcoming book, Audacious Artistry, this February, I'll be sharing more truths like this and giving you more and more framework and tools from that book in the episodes ahead. So stay tuned. Thank you for listening to Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist. Follow along, subscribe so that you don't miss next week's episode. Could you do me a favor? Head to the platform you're on, and if this has blessed you, hit 5 stars. You can write a comment or you can just hit the stars. It just helps this to go up in the algorithm. And you are always welcome to reach out to me on social media. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know your questions. Let me know any topics you want me to discuss at Lara Bianca Pilcher is Instagram, and you'll find me on a lot of platforms under that name as well. All right, friends, as always, I'm with you on the journey. Bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an inspiring conversation or actionable insight. You can read the show notes and learn more at larabiancapilcher.com. And be sure to share this episode with fellow artists who could use a little extra inspiration. Until next time, keep creating, stay audacious, and remember, your artistry matters.